Hello students, this is Grijesh Kumar Mal, lecturer in English in Sri Gandhi Vidyalaya Inter College, Bachrawa, Raebareli. Dear students, today we shall study a famous story, The Happy Prince. It is written by Oscar Wilde and it is prescribed in class 9th. First of all, I would like to introduce the playwright Oscar Wilde. Actually, Oscar Wilde was born in 1854 and died in 1900. He was an Anglo-Irish playwright, novelist, poet and critic. He is regarded as one of the greatest playwrights of the Victorian era. In his lifetime, he wrote 9 plays, 1 novel and numerous poems, short stories and essays. Now, come to the topic, The Happy Prince. Actually, it is a story about a statue of the Happy Prince, which is covered with gold and many fine jewels. When the prince was alive, he was very happy. After his death, a big statue of his was erected on a pedestal. From there, the statue of prince could see the entire city, and at that time he saw the miseries of the people. He saw poor people, the homeless people, their hunger and starvation. The prince was sad to see all these miseries, sadness of the people. So, in this chapter, we shall study the story of this happy prince. If you are ready, let us start the chapter. High above the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of the happy prince. He was gilded all over with thin leaves of fine gold. For eyes, he had 2 bright sapphires, and a large red ruby glowed on his sword hilt. Gilded, it means coating of something, and hilt, it means handle of a weapon. Sword hilt, it means the handle of sword, it means talwar. Actually, here the playwright says that high above the city on a tall column, the statue of a prince stood on a high platform overlooking the city. This prince was called a happy prince because when he was alive, he always remained very happy. After his death, his big statue was erected in the center of the city in his remembrance. The statue of this happy prince was covered with thin layers of gold, and instead of eyeballs, there were 2 bright, shining sapphire stones. In the handle of his sword, a bright ruby stone was placed. Now, come to the next paragraph. One night, there flew over the city a little swallow. Dear students, swallow is a teeny bird. His friends had gone away to Egypt 6 weeks before, but he had stayed behind. Then he decided to go to Egypt too. Actually, swallow is a teeny bird. The writer says that all the friends of this swallow had flown away to Egypt 6 weeks ago. This bird did not go with them, but later it thought of going to Egypt to its friends, so it was on its way to Egypt. Now come to the next paragraph. All day long he flew, and at night time he arrived at the city. Where shall I put up? He said. I hope the town has made preparations. Actually, this bird kept on flying on its way to Egypt, and at night it reached the city of the happy prince. It wanted to stay somewhere for the night. It thinks upon where to stay at night. The bird hopefully says that the city has made some arrangement for it to stay. Obviously, the bird does not mean what it is saying. We can say that probably the bird is being humorous. Now, come to the next paragraph. Then he saw the statue of the tall column. I will put up there, he cried. It is a fine position with plenty of fresh air. So he alighted just between the feet of the happy prince. Alighted, it means get down, utarna. Now, when this teeny bird saw this huge statue of the happy prince, it thought that it was a good place to spend the night. There was shelter and a lot of fresh air there. So the bird came and alighted in between the feet of the statue of the happy prince. Clear? Now come to the next paragraph. I have a golden bedroom, he said softly to himself as he looked round and he prepared to go to sleep. But just as he was putting his head under his wing, a large drop of water fell on him. What a curious thing, he cried. There is not a single cloud in the sky. The stars are quite clear and bright, and yet it is raining. Then another drop fell. Actually, when the bird sat in between the feet of the happy prince, it thought that it had a bedroom made of gold because it was surrounded by gold all around. When it was about to sleep and was putting its head under the wing, suddenly a large drop of water fell on it. The bird was surprised because neither it was raining nor the rainy season was going on. The swallow could not believe this because the sky was not cloudy and stars were shining. Just then another drop of water fell on it. What is the use of a statue if it cannot keep the rain off? He said, I must look for a good chimney pot, and he determined to fly away. The swallow thought that the statue was useless because it was not able to protect it from the rain. So he thought he should not sleep under the statue. It was better if it took shelter in a chimney of a house, and thought to move away from there because the statue was not able to protect it from the rain. Clear? Now come to the next paragraph. But before he had opened his wings, a third drop fell, and he looked up and saw, what did he see? The eyes of the happy prince were filled with tears, and tears were running down his golden cheeks. His face was so beautiful in the moonlight that the little swallow was filled with pity. Who are you? He said. I am the happy prince. Here, the writer says that before the bird flew away, the third drop of water fell on him and looked up. And it looked up. The bird looked up. What did he see? As soon as the bird looked up, he saw that the eyes of the happy princess statue were filled with tears. These drops of water were the teardrops falling off the statue's golden cheeks. Then Swallow looked at happy princess' face. It was looking beautiful in the moonlight. The little bird's heart was filled with pity for the weeping statue. It asked the statue who it was. The statue replied that it was the happy prince. Then he asked again, Why are you weeping then? Asked the swallow. You have quite drenched me. The swallow thought that the statue of the prince was made of gold, but it was crying. The bird asked the statue why it was crying. It added that it had soaked it with its tears. Clear? Now come to the next paragraph. When I was alive and had a human heart. When I was alive and had a human heart, answered the statue, I did not know what tears were, for I lived in the palace where sorrow is not allowed to enter. My courtiers called me the happy prince, and happy indeed I was. If pleasure be happiness, so I lived and so I died. And now that I am dead, they have set me up here so high that I can see all the ugliness and all the misery of my city, and though my heart is made of lead, yet I cannot choose but weep. The happy prince narrated his story to the swallow. The happy prince said that when he was alive and had a human heart, at that time he was not aware what tears were and what sorrow was. As he lived in a palace where there was happiness all around. All the people who used to work in his court used to call him Happy Prince because he used to be happy all the time and he had not seen sorrow at all. He said that he lived happily and died in happiness only. Now, when he was dead, they had put him so high in the form of a statue on a pedestal that he could see the whole city and the ugliness of the city. He could see that there were so many people living in misery, lack of food, lack of hunger, lack of money, lack of home. Now, when the statue's heart saw all the sadness, it became sad and wept. Dear students, now come to the next paragraph. What? Is he not solid gold? Said the swallow to himself. He was too polite to make any personal remarks. When the happy prince was telling his sad story, the swallow was thinking about something else in his mind. The bird wondered that the statue of the prince was not made of solid gold. It was surprised. It thought that from outside the statue was covered with gold, but as it said that the heart was made of lead and not of gold, it realized that it was hollow and was not made of solid gold. It saw that the statue was very sad and was crying, so the bird did not make any personal remarks. It did not comment anything about the statue because it was giving the value to the statue's feeling. Far away, continued the statue in a low musical voice. Far away in a little street, there is a poor house One of the window is open and through it I can see a woman seated at a table. Her face is thin and warm, and she has coarse red hands, all pricked by the needle, for she is a seamstress. Dear students, seamstress, it means a woman who makes a living by sewing. The statue continued its story. It spoke in a very musical voice that far away there was a house of a poor woman. The window of her house was open and it could see through the window that she was sitting near the table. Her face was thin and she was tired. Her hands were rough and had become red because they had been pricked by the needle. The woman was a seamstress. Clear? Now come to the next paragraph. She is embroidering passion flowers on a satin gown for the loveliest of the queen's maids of honor to wear at the next court ball. In a bed in the corner of the room, her little boy is lying ill. He has a fever and is asking for oranges. His mother has nothing to give him but river water. So he is crying. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby out of my sword hilt? My feet are fastened to this pedestal and I cannot move. Here, dear students, sword hilt, it means the handle of the sword, and pedestal, it means raised platform. The happy prince said, the woman was embroidering flowers on a gown of the queen's maid who would walk along with the queen during the court ball. The statue said that the lady who was embroidering the gown had a little child who was not well. He was suffering from fever and was asking his mom to give him oranges. Oranges. His mother was very poor. She had no money. She could only give him river water, and that is why the little boy was crying. So the happy princess statue requested the swallow to take out the ruby stone from the handle of its sword and give it to the lady. It added that its feet were fastened to the platform because of which it could not move. Clear? Now come to the next paragraph. I am waited for in Egypt, said the swallow. My friends are flying up and down the Nile and talking to the large lotus flowers. Soon they will go to sleep. The swallow replied that it had to go to Egypt. Its friends were waiting for it. They were flying near the Nile River and talking to the large lotus flowers which grew there. Soon they would go to sleep, and so this bird also, it means swallow, also wanted to reach Egypt at the earliest. Now come to this paragraph. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, will you not stay with me for one night and be my messenger? The boy is so thirsty and the mother so sad. The statue requested the swallow to stay with him for one night. He asked him to be his messenger and work on his behalf. He said that the boy was very thirsty and his mother was very sad. So it should go and give the ruby stone to her. I don't think I like boys, answered the swallow. I want to go to Egypt. Once again, the swallow opposed his request and said that it did not like boys. So why should it help that boy? Moreover, it had to go to Egypt. Then what happened? But the happy prince looked so sad that the little swallow was sorry. It is very cold here, he said, but I will stay with you for one night and be your messenger. Thank you, little swallow, said the prince. Actually, the happy prince was so sad that swallow felt sorry for him. It said that it was very cold there, but it would stay with him for one night and the next morning it would do his work. The happy prince thanked him. Then what happened? So the swallow picked out the great ruby from the prince's sword and flew away with it in his beak over the roofs of the town. Finally, the swallow took out the ruby stone from the happy prince's sword in its beak, it means chonch, and flew over the town. Come to the next paragraph. He passed by the cathedral tower where the white marble angels were sculptured. He passed by the palace and heard the sound of dancing. As this swallow was on its way to the poor woman's house, it passed the cathedral. Cathedral, dear students, cathedral is a church, and on the church tower, white colored marble angels were sculptured. Then it crossed the palace and he could hear the sound of dancing from inside the palace. A beautiful girl came out on the balcony with her lover. I hope my dress will be ready in time for the state ball, she answered. I have ordered passion flowers to be embroidered on it, but the seamstresses are so lazy. When the swallow was crossing over the palace, a girl came out of the balcony along with her lover. She was talking him about gown which she had given to the seamstress for embroidering. The seamstress, that lady to whom the bird had to give the ruby stone. Clear? Now, he passed over the river and saw the lanterns hanging to the masts of the ships. At last, he came to the poor house and looked in. When the swallow flew over the river, ships also came along the way. Lanterns were hanging on their sails. Finally, the swallow reached the woman's house. Then what happened? What it sees there? The boy was tossing feverishly on his bed, and the mother had fallen asleep. She was so tired. Tossing means turning left and right. The boy was suffering from fever, and for that reason, he was not able to sleep and was turning left and right on his bed. His mother was very tired due to a long working and had fallen asleep. In he hoped and laid the great ruby on the table beside the woman's thimble. Dear students, the swallow put the ruby stone on the table near the thimble of the woman. Thimble, it means a metal or plastic cap with a closed end worn to protect the finger and push the needle in the shaving. Clear? Now come to the next paragraph. Then he flew gently around the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. How cool I feel, said the boy. I must be getting better. And he sank into a delicious slumber. Slumber, it means sleep. Sank. Here, there is a word sank. Sank, it means drawn, but here it means the boy is going to sleep. Clear? After keeping the ruby stone on the table, the swallow went near the boy. It shook its wings near him. The boy felt the cool air and felt better. He felt that he was getting better and slept. Dear students, with this kind act of the swallow, we can make out that it was a kind-hearted bird. Swallow was kind-hearted bird. Then the swallow flew back to the happy prince and told him what he had done. It is curious, he remarked, but I feel quite warm now, although it is so cold. Now the bird felt warm. It says that it was very strange that it was feeling little warm even though the weather was very cold. Then what happened? That is because you have done a good action, said the prince. And the little swallow began to think, and then he fell asleep. Thinking always made him sleepy. The happy prince said that swallow had done a good action. That is why it was feeling warm. After listening to happy prince, the swallow started thinking, and when it started thinking, it felt sleepy because whenever it thought, it used to feel sleepy. Clear? Come to the next paragraph. When day broke, he flew down to the river and had a bath. Tonight I go to Egypt, said the swallow, and he was in high spirits at the prospect. Prospect, it means thought of something. Prospect, thought of something. Next morning, the swallow bird went to the river and took a bath, and thought that night it would reach Egypt. It was very happy. He visited all the public monuments and sat a long time on top of the church steeple. Steeple, high tower of the church. Here there is a word, steeple. It means high tower of the church. So the swallow bird visited all the monuments of the city, and finally he went and sat on the high tower of the church. Then what happened? When the moon rose, it flew back to the happy prince. Have you any commissions for Egypt? He cried. I am just starting. When it was night and the moon rose in the sky, the swallow went to happy prince and sought permission to leave for Egypt. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, will you not stay with me one night longer? I am waited for in Egypt, answered the swallow. Now again, happy prince requested swallow to stay with him for one more night, and swallow replied that he needed to go to Egypt because his friends were waiting for him. Dear students, I think it is enough for today. We have studied today much about the story of the statue of the happy prince, which was covered with gold and many fine jewels. Now it is the turn of important questions and their answers. So come to the exercise or important questions and answers. The first question is, why did the courtiers call the prince the happy prince? Was he really happy? The prince was called the happy prince because all his life he had lived in happiness. And there is another interrogative sentence within the question. Was he really happy? No, he was not happy. The sight of poor, sad people made him unhappy. Now come to the next question. Why does the happy prince send a ruby for the seamstress? The happy prince saw that the poor seamstress was tired and had no money to look after her ill son. He thought of helping her by sending her the ruby. Dear students, now please note down the homework. There is only one question as a homework for today, and the question is, answer this question. Why does swallow think that the statue of the happy prince was a golden heart? Dear students, now we shall discuss the rest part of the lesson in the next lecture. So, thank you. Have a nice day.